All right. How is everybody doing today? Adjust here. All right. All right. That. This. All right. Also, I liked how I was on the stream ending soon. Oops, my bad, guys. That's not ending. It was just starting. It's supposed to be on this screen. My bad, guys. Been a little out of it today. Alright. Continue. Episode 3. We're in the third case. The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Alright then. Let's go. Episode 3, The Adventure of the Runaway Room.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident,
I believe that perhaps that case was indeed
the prelude, the beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Well then.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station? Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
Alright then. Ooh. I like the look of this. British Supreme Court Lord Chief Justice's office. I like the look of it, but then again, I'm a steampunk fan and all those gears. That is looking so good. Anyways. What an incredible place. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. Looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? Am I hearing weird crackling? It's weird. Weird crackling. Anyways, a far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. Certainly unfamiliar. I think there's more to the difference than just construction. What is this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. Lord Chief Justice? We had instructions to report here at this time, if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. Cosmo can't. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yeah. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So we'd have to return to Japan. Or to remain here in Great Britain. I have to take Cosmo's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. That's the second reason why we're here. Have you officially recognized as a lawyer? It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. Hope I'm up to scratch. good morning. Sorry for keeping you. I mean, this is going to be Lord Justice Duo. Hi. Oh. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. Apologies. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. Oh, fortune. So, introductions. I am Mael Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. I feel a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse. Oh, Ugh. My brain wants to read, but it doesn't want to read at the same time. I don't know if that's actually something that's understandable, but I perfectly understand it myself. Anyways, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I am Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Ah, yes, thank you. London. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, well, I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. Simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh? We had a wonderful view of some London streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. It was so impressive and grand. I must say, I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even capable supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. The visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thank you there, Susato-san. Everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming Great Exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Great Exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can really imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. You say so yourself. The sun will never set on our grand empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times, we welcome visitors to the land of the rising sun. From? Is that from? Did I read that wrong? I probably read that wrong. Brain doesn't want to work today. Lord Chief Justice. I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. Amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy. See, that is true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. You just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madame? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Sit then. Moment of truth. Continuing the study tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? The lawyer from Japan, I mean? Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, it isn't going well at all. I just seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo! I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? There's someone else here from Japan who could be described as the lawyer. It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer? Ooh. I've acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. I had a Cosmo to help me, and I was the accused, glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain to study. I learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Bureau. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's for far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on the study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself. I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set. One chance. All I'm asking. Please. 31 seconds. Right? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo, was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? let me ask you one thing first. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes. That's my intention. I see. Imagine. Am I imagining things? Did this expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. Test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail, it's entirely down to you. Really? Gotta do a test. So what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. Well, let's have you defend someone. Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocates have been appointed for the defense as yet. This will be welcome news. Today. Right away? If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? Ugh. How do I get myself into these situations? Oh, can I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Stronger? Yes, good question. Ah, it's a murder trial. A murder? Extremely simple case, I understand. Really can't lose. Easy to say. But I should mention just in case. If the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. For punishment? Yeah. He'll be put to death. Here in Great Britain, murders are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably, you read that much in your short, based introduction to British law? He can't possibly agree to such a test. He would be toying with a man's life. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. Read, man, read. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. The defendant may live or die, depending on how well I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. You say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. Testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. Need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? I agree to this absurd test? Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, the answer is... Can't do it. I can't get the words out. 15 seconds. Decision making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. It was too slow. So, it is as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions. but lack the resolve to see them through. Test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lord Stuart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry, Mr. Sato. What could I do? It's alright. I understand. Yeah, my throat. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. Resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madame? I think what Mrs. Otto means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable. And I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. The lawyer might fight for his client in court day after day. But for each one of those clients, particular day they stand in the dock, maybe the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job. Sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, is there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. Will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. That's awful. But that is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. Oh no. Nope. Okay. The cold, hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with the chance to save this man from a very miserable end. That is you. I'm really his only hope. So, what do you say now, madame? Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of result. Oh. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So venture into our grand city and enjoy yourselves. He's gone. Old Bailey. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once. Well, I guess we're gonna go help this dude. The Old Bailey. Defendant's antechamber. Alright, let's Ooh. Give me a second. Need to stretch a little bit. Body's willing to. There we go. I was going to kind of relax too much. Ooh. Stretch out. Yeah. Oh, thank goodness we're in time. Still 15 minutes until the trial begins. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. My teeth were going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when you climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a unit in it for you. My favorite lines from the Herlock Sholmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly. Not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, he arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. Our clerk said the defendant should be here. There's no sign of him at all. This is the Old Bailey. In this room for defendants. Wait in is grand. First, I don't want to say words. Are you alright, Mr. Ron? Feeling tense. That's all. This gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. Oppressive air. Almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever about to be sentenced. Feels like only yesterday I was the one. Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. Top of the morning to you, madame. Sir? What are yous doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry. Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are yous? We're from Japan, yes? Oh, Japan, is it right? Say no more. So, how much do yous need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself. So I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all found a strange, faraway land. Well, actually, you haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand, 'tis grand. Let me start by giving yous 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. 1,000 guineas? Please, Miss Susato, you don't have to. 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. What? It's nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy the city of London two or three times over. Did that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Oh, hit me in the eye. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you, no strings attached. I'm wanting you to do something for me. Oh? To be honest, it's a little fancy. The trial that's about to begin, you see. Just won't be good self here. I'll be in the dark. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh, well, the thing is, don't worry about a thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial is going to start without me having any kind of representation at all. So it was. Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Blistering blazes, do yous? Do yous not know who I am? Me? One of London's biggest names? No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there is the center of London. In the center of London is another beautiful park. Sorry, a park? What? It is called the Gilded Park, full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, so I did. And an entire park? Central London? The city of smiles. That's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. But now they've got the gall to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you? Jesus. Get a little huffy there. Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo? Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves, while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. Still trying to catch his breath. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What was I have to say, you dead Egypt? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up next to me, haven't I? Oh, yes, but it wasn't really offering just up there next. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry. I know what you're thinking. This chance of a... Oh my god, I did not say that word right. This chance of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyers in all of England? Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well, or was that Reno's game? I didn't read that. Well... Not at all. Although, it's a little strange, to be honest. You don't have a lawyer, I mean. That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry, did you just say Reaper? The Grim Reaper, the Bailey, Lord Baroque Van Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. Prosecutor? Is the Grim Reaper? When Van Zeek stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lamb. And now his voice changed on me because his lines are slightly different and my brain doesn't remember what I gave him. Oh, Jesus. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. And the cats are busting through the door. I didn't lock it. I didn't shut it completely. What? So it reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand a defense against the fella at all. You could say he's a living legend in the Old Bailey. Goodness, poor Baron Von Zeeks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madame. It's cursed. Cursed. On Earth. The defendant is summoned, and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. Counsel? That would be me. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here. I'd made up my mind, so I had. Sorry. I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? Well, then you made an appearance. Sooner or later, wouldn't you know? There's no accident, I can assure you of that. It's fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. I literally know nothing about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Mr. Naruhodo, man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, with nothing to defend himself. Probably read that wrong because I'm not paying attention. Yes, something that Cosmo would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. You're right there. Listen. First trial in a British court. You're watching over me, Cosmo. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. And the courtroom. Old Bailey courtroom. Oh. Okay, that's interesting to see. This is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. Centuries of history in this place is powerful. It's so different from the Supreme Court in Japan. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, hearing a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes. What? Oh, nervous again. Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. No, but I just can't help it. Nice. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGill. I now call upon the counsel for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Prosecution is fully prepared. I can't give him two different voices, apparently my brain doesn't think. Must be Freebird Bailey. Because, like, this almost seems like this is going to be the Miles Edgeworth guy, per se. He's going to be the main, and I can't think of a good voice to get him. Also, I'm just not good voices. He really does look fully prepared for this question. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Easter. Do you speak English? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. The answer to the defense was ready. Couldn't be quick and ready if I tried. Those eyes please me, please. They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of the quintessential look of a clown. The shiver just ran down my spine, all the crazy. Now, Mr. McGilded. Yes, my lord. You stand accused of murder, capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? As I've always said, my lord, it's a grand thing to give opportunities for the young. Even if the fella is a student from some little island off in the Far East. It is not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance. I'd like to thank that acts of chivalry do the Great British Empire proud. Not reading nope. Not reading that. Nope. I'm just gonna go by who it was. It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilvey. That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has his way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, and most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? I am. Nope. I have to do 6 more voices. I can't do this. I can't do this. No. I cannot do like 50 million voices, man. I can't change my voice on a dime like that. I don't know, like 2 or 3 of them are females. Like, no. This is at the point that I refuse to do more voices. Yes, my lord, if the task is to send waters to the gallows where they perform, I'm more than ready. I'm not doing jury voices, they can just note. At the matter, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly, naturally, and I agree. Yeah, any criminal here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me. That was typewriter, that's it. She doesn't even say anything. You drink. Kill chip. And the old way. Don't mind me, my dears. I'll just begin the normal thing. You must finish these mitts for my grandson. No, they're not getting voices. Oh, Mr. Naruto, these people are... Jury. Yes, that's something we don't have to... Right. Yeah, that's right. I've only ever read about it. Oh, I can't also words. Here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. Judge passes sentence according to the law. The jurors determine guilt based on common sense. The defendant is also judged from 2 completely different points of view. Right. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? I don't know, but I'm sure it'll become clear as the trial progresses. Yeah. Prosecutor Van Zeus. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you renounced your fame. And known as the Reaper of the Bailey. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. So, what brings you back? I almost can't do the judge's voice and his trying to like split it between 2 like is there some change of circumstances of which the court should be aware? I leave that to your imagination, my lord. The Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Did he have to choose the day of all days to make a comeback? Don't lose heart, Mr. Morano. As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. And opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. Must be the only ones that here weren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening. 3 days passed. The hour was some minutes out. The victim was a maker of building bricks, known in the community as Price-Fired Mason. Sorry, Price. He was a very accomplished craftsman. The brick he fired were said to be almost indestructible. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. The dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from investigating medical officers at Scotland Yard. Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence. And those get added to the program. And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are... Good lord, is that blood, counsel? Yes, my lord. These by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. What? Someone killed the gloves had put on them? Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well. And it's leather gloves. Yay! How did I get into this? The corner before I even started. Continue. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time. And 2. Obviously, one of those passengers was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGilded. Well, rather demanding circumstances, to say the least. I can't get both their voices separate. Unless I am, I just don't think in my mind. Defendant, what say you? Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGilded. To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. But whenever I'm in a carriage, taken with a fierce tiredness, as I always succumb to it. Are you claiming to have been asleep? It is the motion of the carriage, my lord. And so it is, and when I open my eyes again, it was just beside before me, the body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before in my life. I ask you, what's a good hard soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? Reached out to give the man a hand. So blood got onto the gloves then after the man had been killed. Unfortunately, that statement of the trial is his own beginning. There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Yeah, no, I think I'm getting my voices now mixed up in my head because I'm trying to do like 50 million. Oh, I have that thing going off, really. You know what? Give me a second, guys. Just gonna go change settings here. Okay, back. I'm gonna turn that off so that way that wouldn't get in the way. When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we'll hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. A wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. Alright then. 3 people. Let's go. Still not doing multiple voices for those. Nope. Witnesses, your names and occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Bebo. They call the man Bebo. Bebo. You're almost close to a line I know of because of people I watch. You're very close. And for some reason my brain went there. Anyways. I drive an omnibus in the east. East End. Bruce Fairplay, a banker in the city. Name's First. Lady D First. Lady First. I make hats for gents. You have a great name. Lady First. Great. Let's begin by confirming the fact. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and a witness to the aforementioned incident. That's correct? Yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir, that's right, sir. Very well, then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Ugh. There we go, finally witness testimony. Let's go with the trial. Let's go. Alright, what did they see? It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat. Oh, gosh, I'm gonna make a bean. Sorry, guys. Sat next to each other inside the bus. Out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his heart. Right, I stabbed him. Screamed I did. Couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Yes, counsel. Well, this testimony. Absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, I guess it took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As had been clearly stated from the yes. Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. Oh, point. I'd read that civilization in Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you ever traveled in an omnibus? Oh. Only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves. The actual scene of the crime, that is. What do you mean? The actual scene? How? The carriage is designed to be moved. Well, presumably you understand that one. Yes. The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today, in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Lift. Bring forth the stricken omnibus. I got seats on the top. That's an omnibus. Can't believe they could bring something enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses, carry up to 8 passengers. Four passengers seated inside in the enclosed cabin, and another floor on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. Skylight. Oh. Drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident through the skylight. Perfect sense. Well, counsel, this is a first. In all of my years behind the bench, I never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remain inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. Very well. I see no reason why not. This omnibus is here. I formally accept it as evidence. Hey. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence. Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I saw a lot by giving the omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Let us continue with the proceedings then, your cross-examination, counsel. Pray, don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of British court cross-examination. First cross-examination in a British court. Focus. Focus. I might have to look at that omnibus. There's our Hammer here from Cosmo. Identifies the wearer as a defense lawyer throughout the Empire of Japan. Nice. Court prepared by Scotland Yard Recorder gives the cause of death journal. So let's see. Time of death 10 p.m. to 11. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while journeying in an omnibus. Died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. Right. Crime scene. Knife. Blood. Really see much else. Okay. Obviously the gloves of the defendant, because there's blood. There. This is definitely blood, isn't it? A pleasant sight to be confronted with on our first day in London. Well, nothing will come of grumbling now. No. By the way, your guild, right? Yes, I believe so. He was toying with the coin in his right-handed little area. Only had been left-handed. The blood in either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. 8-seater omnibus. You certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. I'm sure the witness would have been able to see quite clearly. Not good fun. $418. Oh my god. There we go. That's a great little Easter egg. I'm not gonna. That's a pretty cool Easter egg. I can't check the interior. Oh, no, I don't. It has to be the one door. Oh, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? Kind of a murder. So we have this seat. There's where the blood is. The notice. Oh, this must be the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. A lot of focus being drawn to the tower. Memories of the whole expedition. Oh, the Crystal Tower. It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be filling with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. Possibly, yeah. There's the blood. It's blood that's soaked under the seat. Victims, obviously. Yes, it would clearly be visible from the roof deck. Really stab somebody in full view of another crashing like that? I wonder. No, it was after dark. There was a lamp on in here, but perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like there was a planned attack. He doesn't handle it, so... Like all sorts of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running. New tubes, tools to repair wheels, blankets, push doing tools. Or harness for the coachman to keep things. There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers for their luggage, that's well, imagine it would be very convenient for that purpose anyways. No, it wouldn't. There's nothing... Oh, that's a poster. Transmission is due to source console. A large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large enough for a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. And there doesn't appear to be a handle or catch it. Suppose it can't be opened from inside the cabin at least. Is this really it? Yeah, let's step back outside then. That's all I can think of seeing. There really isn't anything else right now. That's it. Here. This is the roof deck of the Almond. There was a wonder view of London streets from up here. We'll sit all the way up here. There Winter's night with a full air pushing. Pay money to do stuff. I can imagine how cold it must feel. That made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in a freezing cold as punishment? Perhaps that was the real price you pay to stay out late. I don't see anything else, so I didn't really gain much. So let's see, it was possible to see because man accused, and we're sat next to their the blue, the accused reached over and plunked the typewriter. Have screamed. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus and When two people in the closed cabin area were victim and defendant. Three whole people witnessed the man in front of the bed to be dead. Wait, Miss, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. Thank you. Was it really innocent? Would it be... Before we jump to conclusions, our first task should be to gather information. We understand the case much better than we do at the moment. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's listen to those witness statements again a little more carefully this time. I need to press for information, is that what you're telling me? That's what it sounds like you're telling me. We'll be pressing for information. Oh. Alright, well, I'm gonna take a little break. It's just a tiny little one, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, I'm back. Let's figured.
Hold it!
Yes, I think it was sometime after 10. Yes, sir, that. Going back to Polish freezing. And you had 4 passengers on the time, is that correct? Right, so I'll travel in the same parts of the bus, though not. No other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. Alright, that's let's see the bosses does. Bosses funny he does every evening. That last bus. I do one for my while. What do you mean by that? Oh, what have the beans so cool? Run. I'm not much of a pub on the way home, just man accused
Hold it!
Press to see where the weird part's gonna happen. Point. Something the skylight in the here. Up the top deck, the window is right there. And we're inside, so a good view. People were wearing hats, and not exactly me. I'm not sure I've done my mind that it was Mr. Gilden. You'd be so sure. How can I put it button? Mr. McGill is a gentleman of rather small stature. Couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. Gilden. There's no room for doubt here. Really wish there was. I believe Hughes reached over and put
Hold it!
the press. Exactly the same way would have happened. Alright, testify. Our favorite name are working for the bank of our social these days. No, I didn't. But I really got his back. How can you just tell us what you saw in the Hello. See, the juror is going to be the new thing with this. The whole juror system also be new. Juror number 3, what is the meaning of this? Man isn't made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Yep, about what? Like this ignorance never had. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be, every one of them. That little man is no exception. Hell, he can't fool me. No point in wasting time listening anymore. That's my opinion on the matter. That's interesting. That's precisely what I was about to say. As the foreman of the here's my duty, set a good example to my fellow jurors. That's actually kind of unique. What is happening here? I like that. I like that animation. I really liking it. They choose with the flames. The flames move the scale. That is really, really cool. Oh, that is amazing. Let me see. Ah, yes. It seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. Fire. Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty. And 6 members of... Good. Members of the jury make up their minds about the case. One by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scale of justice, as we saw a moment ago. Of those enormous scales go to the left. That means... Do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm even more worried than I was before. Yeah, look at that, like... And that's... Very well, the court acknowledges the change in the jury stance. As for the defense, please continue the cross-examination. That was supposed to basically happen during this hint. Captain scream couldn't.
Hold it!
That didn't use. Take the word too. Yeah, didn't you say? And sitting up on the roof deck, were you? That's right, sir. I was up on the roof seat. I remember seeing a little gent sitting next to the fellow. Dad. Thinking about my new hat design, you see, so I was taking absent-mindedly around. Then I happened to look down through the sky. It was sticking right out from his belly, that huge great nut. A grim sight indeed. Didn't help me at all. It looks like they're even more convinced my client did than they were before. They actually made him want even more dubious if Mr. McGill is telling the truth. Oh, he has evidence to counter their suspicion. Mr. First. Yes, sir. Is this the knife you saw? Agreed, yes, that's it. The very one, sir. Is that? Yes, counsel, this is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake. The hawk. Has a blade of considerable size, counsel. Is, and furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned. But it seems oddly familiar. For Magnus, perhaps? Or Magilda, possibly. Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London makes a magnificent mistake.
Objection!
But there are M's everywhere. Like, yes, like in Mason.
Objection!
This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to hold. This weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Not conclusive. Certainly compelling, counsel. Now we got the knife. Wait, forgive the interruption. Danger number 2. Go on. Miguel is a pillar of society and a gentleman. Gentleman's word should be They're sacked. However, did you voted guilty too? 3. Those of us in service know we must have. Oh, the rubbish! No. Ah. I wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of crime. Are you literally gonna go guilty too? Easily typed every word uttered here today and cross-reference all the facts. Now decision to draw the only logical conclusion. Is it gonna be the juror just major guilty bullshit? That's cool. That's four out of 6 members who proposed guilty. Only 2 left. Now I've arrested witnesses for information. Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. We'll just have to keep pressing witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly. We mustn't give up. Hope that uncovering something that will give us a way to fight back. But it's fine. I just need to keep calm and listen to things. Press this last angle. Pride. What exactly did you see? Well, sir, that would be the passenger, sir. It is customer 4. Wait. It was on the floor, he was still on the seat though. By the passenger, obviously referring to the victim, was Mason the bookmaker. And then the other passenger had the knife in his hand like this. The passenger, obviously referring to the accused, Miss McGilwood. Yeah, now my brain does not want to do voices right now, and it's probably because like my brain's slightly tired. And then he plunged it down like this, stabbing the other passengers in the belly. What? Uh-oh. To speak, yes, Jordan, how would you take it? Wait, take it that you too? As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of murdering being committed with one of city carriages utterly abhorrent to me. Wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep an open mind, little. Be up now, Silver Blaze. Finish it inside. Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir. Now means that 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. Madam Juror number 6. Is there? What can I do for you? I'm like trying to do voice, but I'm not. My brain's just You've heard the testimonies of the and yes, I certainly have. What about my hearing, you know? It does. Didn't Bria tell why you had to put out your opinion? There, the thing is, I have a picture of Habit Me. Always go to the park at around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. A little park just near where I live. Gilded Park, it's called. Huh! Someone donated to the city, you know? Just smiled on her face, he said. Can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have been him to take another man's life. Going from the city, and stab somebody. Go to McGill at the public library. There. Oh, maybe actually it's a public library. Wow. How many Londoners' lives? How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not? What kind of a mad magnet is? And is the philanthropist Magnus? There's enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? The client is this Shylock, one with very dark. On the cruise. McGill lends money at extortionate rates of interest, but his victims have no hope of repaying it. They default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak. I've never heard anything mentioned of that before. Your facilities haven't... The faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madame. Or has this thought not crossed your mind? For a man wealthy enough to buy London in his society not have a carriage of his own. What possible reason could this man have to make use of a public omnibus service? I'm not saying that victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused Magnus. Also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts. Debt. Good gracious. The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house, he had not a shilling with which to repay his debt. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him. Life. By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Agnes McGill.
Hold it!
Can I add something briefly? You claim the victim had been lent money by Miss McGill. Where is the evidence to support your claim? He's like drinking wine in the... Pray I forgive the discourtesy of filling my hollowed chalice in a court of law. Ah, there it is. Lord Van Zeek's hollowed chalice. This is absurd, except. But I find myself unexpectedly good humor. I heard ladies from the Far East show great courage. I didn't expect to experience it myself. As judicial assistant to the defense, I'm simply doing my job. It's a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly reported inside. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourse of raising my chalice and a toast to the magnic. God, I cannot say that word. Used at the same time. A marvelous toast, counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. There's ledger has been entered into the court record. Ah yes, 20 Guinness. The victim owed a considerable sum, and the accused made it quite certain that he had ample recompense. Oh, it seems bad. Will pull over my eyes. Probably, madame, that is the Otis Aprinda of the accused. Pretty little part too. Oh god, they're all just nope. Still. Maybe it's all. Wait a minute, let's think about this a little more. I don't stand for now. All 6. All 6. Decision. According to the Encyclopedia of British Law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. Huh. The final verdict. Oh. There's a footnote though. However, the defense. Also, members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. Allow me to convey my respects for your swift and righteousness. According to the law of this country, I will now conclude the trial. By delivering my final verdict, I trust there are no objection. Oh, yes? You're in the middle of saying something, but no one Encyclopedia of British Law over the defense. Next. Oh, yes, of course. No, one moment. Let's go. Members of the jury have concluded that the defense is guilty. The proceedings are suspended. Proceedings are next. However, the defense has the right to demand a examination of the jurors at this point. But some examination.
Objection!
Examination. How much injuries does that tome you have there been rejected? Ooh, starting to get a slight headache. I might have to cut this off early. Findings, I would say the book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. Relic, long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. You're out of luck. Oh. Maybe it isn't, Mrs. Pizzotto. So-called summonation examination. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Please. Mr. Nardo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the member of the jury. Do what exactly? Appeal to them to change their lawyer and reverse their decision. It says here that if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decision. Yeah, some time's gone by. The barristers would use dissemination examination to attempt to influence the jury. That procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so it's rather fell out of use. Oh, why? Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member, let alone self. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age. Yeah. I've seen you mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. You suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. What do you think, Mr. Narhoda? Explanation. Last. We assert our right to carry it out. Defense wishes to assert his right to examination and examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
But if it's alright, it's alright. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. The defense petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation and examination. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Yeah, well, I'm not a... mention this in the letter I received, you see, so... All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. Just all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Now, my lord, you'd rather put us on the spot. It's most irregular, no mention made of this before. It was largely forgotten. It was not a thing. I don't really the whole world is just a fine mark. Jurors off. Seems none of them experienced this before. Alright then, the summation examination. This procedure, no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. Might be the opportunity we've been looking for. Run this trial around. Then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant Magnus McGildy guilty of this most serious crime. Judicial fight. Nice. First contingent. What else in the carriage the times if it had been him? Driver, he has excellent memory, it seems, for passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. The chap next to him. Like this, brazen, I say, absolutely brazen. The typing play of all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. Trust the guild, fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised our prices above 4 pence for years. Stabbing the poor man on the floor. Beggar's blues. I wish I hadn't pushed for this now. Jurors don't seem to want to form arguments, though, do they? No. No, they don't. Now let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their mind. I think I can have them. I can use some very specific language. Oh, Miss Naruto. According to my book, that's not quite how this works. I'm gonna have to bother icy my own some heartwarming rhetorics about it. Unfortunately, once jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. Then, they reach their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it would recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. What on earth am I supposed to do? Yeah, I'm just citing what I've read about British law. Am I heard of? Do you have any idea how to make this work then? From what I can understand, this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? The decisions of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They appear to represent a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down. Yes, exactly. Let's listen very carefully to what each member of the jurors says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can test the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. So it's contradictions in what two or more jurors say that we're looking for. Wait, then, this is similar to regular cross-examination. Yep. Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another. It's actually a really neat mechanic. This. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. Oh, that's not. Double slap! Oh, I have to pull it off. Ooh, double slap. Let's go. Hello, proceedings, counsel. Would ask you take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Oh shit. Against rebuttal. Yeah. Be true. Anyways, I'm gonna have to cut it short here, guys. Headache's starting to form. Hell, my body's just like, eh. But it's a nice, good cliffhanger spot. Oh, so fine whoever to rate. Anyways, yeah, here. But yeah, so I'm gonna end it because like headache and everything else, and I've got things that are happening around the house I need to figure out what's going on too. So, but I need to obviously wanted to try to get a stream in. Let's see who. Well. So I have an old mod guy. It looks like he's streaming. So you know what? Let's try some. He streams too. I haven't seen him in a good while, but he's a really cool friend. I've known about for a while. He's playing Minecraft. Anyways, love you guys. I will see you all later. But I'll be obviously probably off the next few days as my days off, and I need to relax. Obviously. So, maybe there might be a surprise stream, maybe not. But more than likely right now, how things are, we will probably be doing continuing this on Monday. But seriously guys, love you all. Have a good night.